The Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
The police chief of Brown University is on leave tonight after that shooting that killed 2 people and injured 9 others earlier this month. In the wake of the shooting, Brown has faced public scrutiny over security measures on campus. Thanks for joining us here on the News at 6. I'm Sarah Sanchez. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules covered the search for the Brown shooter all last week. She was in Providence. She joins us live now with a look at what may have led to this announcement today. Alicia, might not be shocking to many people who were following the story closely.
Right, Sarah. Brown University President Christina Paxson says putting Chapman on leave is part of the review into last week's shooting. The incident raised big questions about campus security, from the number of cameras to how easily people can get into academic buildings.
Every single day, we work and endeavor to keep our campus safe, whatever that entails and all that entails.
That's Brown Police Chief Rodney Chapman at a news conference last week, where he defended his department's response to the mass shooting at Barris and Holly Hall. As the manhunt for the shooter intensified, so too did the questions about the overall safety and security of the campus. Many people questioned whether Barris and Holly Hall had security cameras.
Yeah, you know, I think we need to look back. We'll look at everything that is done, but I do not think a lack of cameras in that building it had anything to do with what happened there.
In addition, students said emergency alerts about the incident were delayed. Brown President Christina Paxson said university leaders will take a closer look at the school's overall campus safety.
We don't know how this person got in. We don't know when they came in. We do know that the building was unlocked that day for exams. And that's something we're going to have to look into.
Chapman will not lead the police department during this review. Instead, former Providence Police Chief Hugh Clements will serve as interim leader. Paxson says Brown is already planning enhanced safety measures. Those include more security cameras, panic alarms across campus, and an increased police presence. This is not the first time Chapman has faced scrutiny for his leadership. The Associated Press reports he previously faced a vote of no confidence by the Brown University Police Sergeants Union. The union reportedly said the vote reflected, quote, serious concerns over failed leadership and policies that jeopardize public safety. Not only is Brown reviewing its response to the shooting, federal officials are too. The U.S. Department of Education is looking into whether Brown violated campus safety rules that are a condition of getting federal aid. Investigators want Brown to provide public safety logs, crime reports, and every emergency notification issued since 2021. Live in studio, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Thank you, Alicia. Several agencies from Connecticut stepped in to help with the response and the investigation last week. The State Forensic Science Lab looked at DNA and fingerprints associated with the shooter. Experts also analyzed shell casings from the crime scene. All of this helped the FBI get answers like what type of firearm was used in the shooting. In a statement, 2 federal law enforcement agencies thanked the lab and said its work, quote, allowed for the rapid scientific confirmation of the facts of the investigation. A Meriden Police Department K-9 team was invited to Brown last week. The goal was to provide comfort to students on campus after the shooting. Today, Officer Stephanie Masella and her K-9 John were at the Meriden Police headquarters to share what makes these visits so special.
These dogs are just, they're priceless. They can communicate with humans in a way that I can't. I can't go up to somebody and maybe comfort them in a way that a dog can. Sometimes words just don't do it. And to bring a dog alongside for them, just to hug them and to hold them and to bring their anxiety down by petting a dog, that I can't provide that for them. These dogs are pretty amazing. They know when somebody is upset, they can sense it, they know who needs them.
Fox 61's Victoria Anderson got an exclusive sit-down interview with one of the Connecticut K-9 response teams that went to Brown. This officer knows firsthand the weight of protecting a college campus. Here's their story.
The Brown University shooting hit home for many of us across New England, especially for 2 of Southern Connecticut State University's finest.
Yes, good shake. Nice to meet you, Jules.
Meet K-9 Officer Jules and Sergeant Cynthia Torres. She's not your average college police officer, and he's not like most dogs, except, of course, when it comes to treats. And slobber.
You drew it on my camera, Jules.
Jules and Sergeant Torres are the first line of support in the story of survival for victims at Southern Connecticut State University.
Tell me a
Jules,
story.
tell me a story. That's it. He's going to sit all the way on you and lay down.
Oh.
But last week, it was a different campus that needed comfort most.
There were federal agents, there were local police, there were state police, there were police from the outside, and then there were the dogs.
Jules was one of several Connecticut police comfort dogs who responded to the Brown University shooting. And with years of experience working with students, Sergeant Torres says the loss of a student, a child, a classmate is immeasurable.
And parents come here, every year, every August, and they're dropping off the most important person, thing, love of their lives, and their safety is entrusted to us, and that's huge.
Jules worked with students, staff, and first responders in the aftermath, a constant of comfort, even for his favorite first responder.
What's your favorite thing about Jules?
Now I'll really cry. Sorry, it's how he looks at me, because I have tough days. Sorry. And when he looks at me, I feel like he takes on.
But in the face of evil, nothing can stop the wag of a tail and the love of a dog.
And to see more pictures of Jules and his canine co-workers, you can go to our website at fox61.com. Reporting in New Haven, Victoria Anderson and Jules. Jules, speak. Fox 61. Good job, Jules.
Good job, Jules. Let's get a look at the forecast. That's a tough act to follow, Sam. What a good dog. All right, many of us saw snow this morning. Some didn't have to go to school, but what are we seeing tonight, Sam?
Well, actually, we're seeing a few snow showers in eastern Connecticut, Sarah. It's not a big deal, and just be careful out there if you're heading out and about doing some shopping, going to parties. 31 Winstead, 31 Goshen, 31 Warren. Watch for some icy spots due to the leftover moisture today. We don't have much wind, and we're not really drying out yet, but look at New Haven, 40 degrees, 39 in Madison, so 35 to 40 right along the immediate shoreline, and lower and middle 30s and inland. A little bit of visibility issues, especially out in the Waterbury area, but anywhere this evening into the overnight hours, watch for patchy icy spots and also fog. Also a couple of snow showers popping up here and there. They're scattered about, not a big deal. And watch this last, I love this because this is really a lot worse. It's the composite. So a couple of snowflakes are flying, but it's going to be moving away. All this snow up to the north is not going to bother us overnight. You can see that, just a couple of snow showers. Otherwise, partial clearing overnight. Lows will bottom out in the lower and middle 30s in inland areas. And for your Christmas Eve day forecast, no weather problems, breezy, near 40 coming up. Yes, I'll detail your all-important Christmas Day forecast. We'll look ahead to Friday and the weekend. Yes, there's another storm we'll be watching very carefully. Sarah?
Thank you, Sam. We're going to return to that breaking news story in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Officials say there was a gas explosion at a nursing home. It happened at 2:17 this afternoon. We're now hearing from people that people are trapped inside. First responders say there are injuries, but they haven't reported any deaths as of yet. A portion of Silver Lake Healthcare Center collapsed. That's what we're looking at here. We'll keep you updated as soon as we learn more. That's a very active scene. Groton police are investigating a deadly crash that happened early this morning on Route 12. Police say an officer tried to pull over a driver, but they sped off through a red light and made an illegal U-turn. Eventually, that driver crashed into a steel traffic pole. They died at the hospital. Police say they found a loaded handgun inside the car. A 36-year-old man is dead. He was hit by a car in Waterbury last night. Police say the man was hit on Chase Avenue around 10:45. He was taken to the hospital for serious head injuries. He later died. The driver stayed on scene, and investigators haven't identified the man or said what led up to this. State police say an 89-year-old woman is dead after a 3-car crash. It happened yesterday afternoon on I-95 in Greenwich. This happened at 4:45 near the Exit 3 entrance ramp. Investigators say Jill Haskell from New York crossed into another lane, hit a car from behind, and then spun out of control. Troopers say she rolled onto another car's trunk, slid across the road, and then came to a stop on her driver's side. Haskell died at the hospital. We're told that 2 other drivers involved were not hurt. It's unclear what led her to crash. West Haven officials say a driver has been hospitalized after he went airborne and landed here in the ocean. Take a look at this photo we've received. Officers were called to Robert Street off Ocean Avenue. As you can see in the photo, first responders held the car up so they could get the man out. The town's mayor said he's seriously hurt. All officers who were in the water were also taken to the hospital just as a safety precaution. This is all under investigation. Seymour police released video of a pickup truck they're looking for in a hit and run from Sunday night. Officers say a white or gray pickup, you can see here, hit an 18-year-old girl on Bungay Road around 6:30. They say she's going to be okay. The truck was last seen on Mountain Road. Investigators say the passenger side mirror might be damaged. Well, Willimantic police told us today what their investigation was about yesterday on Church Street. They were looking into the circumstances surrounding an infant's hospitalization. Investigators say the parents told them their child fell Saturday night and they were hospitalized on Sunday. They've been in the hospital ever since. The child is fighting for their life. We'll update you as that investigation develops. The State Inspector General's office says an officer was justified when he shot a man in Bridgeport in 2024. Officer Jesse Jimenez was one of the officers who responded to a home on Terry Place for a report of a mentally disturbed person. Investigators say the man at the home, identified as Huntley Jackson, was aggressive toward officers. At one point, Jackson rushed at an officer with a folding knife and threatened to kill them. That's when Jimenez shot Jackson twice in the stomach. Jackson survived. The Inspector General says Jackson posed a threat to officers.